Okay, to make your Van Gogh landscape, what you're going to do is, first things first, you need to write your name. I will not write my name. And your class code. So K and then the number. If you are in Haven's class, it's K1. If you are in Salas's class, it's K2. If you are in Stagner's class, it's K3. And if you are in Huset's class, it is K4. Alright, so K, let's just say 3. And then a big circle around the class code. Then you need to fold it in half. To fold it in half, you just pick up the edge of the top, hold down the bottom, have it scoop down like a big wave all the way to the bottom, and spider fingers up. Now, this is the back, so then flip it over. Now, it's folded in half. The bottom half is going to be the ground. The top half is going to be the sky, which means your grass needs to go all the way up to the fold, and your sky needs to go all the way down to the fold. Let's start with the grass. Now, the grass is green, and we're going to have grass looking like it's blowing in the wind like Van Gogh did. So we're going to take the tip of it and we're going to make long blowing in the grass, blowing in the wind grass lines. Long lines, long lines, long lines, just like this. Long lines, long lines, nice long lines. And if you'd like to put a tree in there, you can put a tree in there, and you can color right over your grass lines. I like to have trees with some branches. But you do need to color in the trunk of your tree if you have a tree. And I'm going to have some blowing in the wind, tree leaves, so I'm going to make curly lines on my tree and fill it in just like that. I'm going to use both of my greens, my light and my dark, to do that. And I think I'm going to make this tree look like it is in autumn. I'm going to add some orange too. Cool. I'm going to add some more lines. Now, what two colors make green? How do you make green? What two primary colors? Yellow and blue. So what I can do is I can add a little bit of blue on top of some of my grass lines to make it look even darker, or I can add a little bit of yellow to make it look even lighter. Now notice how I'm not coloring this in. I'm just putting some lines in here. Okay, that looks like grass that's being blown right over. And I went all the way up to the fold. Now I'm going to put some wind in, and I'm going to use, if it's during the day, use light blue. If it's at night, use purple. And you're just going to add a few wind lines. Whoosh, whoosh, woo, woo, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And I'm going to put some clouds in there too. Now you're not going to be able to see the clouds yet, but you will in a little bit. So if you want to put some white wave lines in there, wind lines, then that would be fine. Also, if you want to put some stars in there, if yours is at night, you can put some stars that are shining bright like Van Gogh had. Van Gogh had some big stars in his. The stars were always really bright. And if you're doing it during the day, you could have a big sun in here, or a sunset even if you wanted to. Then you're going to get some paint, and the paint that we have this time is just blue water paint. And you're just going to paint the sky. And because we used oil pastels, the paint will only stay on the paper that doesn't have any oil pastel to it. See how it won't go on the colored part, the oil pastel part? And be very careful with these that you don't knock them over. If you want it to look darker, put more paint on it. Now don't put so much paint on it that your paper starts to rip. And there you go. Then put that in the dry mat.